To the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Minister of Youth, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Department of State Services, the Inspector General of Police, all relevant security agencies, and the general public through our ever-diligent media. Congratulations to all of the national officials that have emerged from this management meeting. Great youth of our dear nation, we are very much aware that the National Youth Council of Nigeria has been in deep crisis for over a decade. And those who have suffered have been the youth of our country. Opportunities have passed us by. Lives have been lost, many plunged into hunger, and we fought the wrong enemy, thinking the government was our enemy, whereas we were our own enemy. We did not put our house in order. It is until we put our house in order that we can point out to where any other challenge is coming from. Today, as young Nigerians, we have picked the gauntlet to put our house in order and to say the National Youth Council of Nigeria shall henceforth be one united body. But this would not have been possible without a very visionary and supportive leadership. And that is where we must commend our very visionary and vibrant Minister of Youth, the youngest ever Minister of Youth that Nigeria has ever had, Comrade Olawande Wisdom Ayodele. A man who walks round the clock, who rolls up his sleeves, who is in the deepest of the mires, who is under the sun and in the rain, to ensure that the vision of Mr. President for the youth of Nigeria sees the light of day. We thank the Minister for working assiduously to ensure that we have one united National Youth Council of Nigeria. Again, the fact that it is at a time when President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president that we are having a United Youth Council tells you a lot about his masterstroke in leadership. Mr. President has demonstrated time after time his willingness to work and to partner with the youth of Nigeria. But he found it very difficult because we had a checkered house. We had a disjointed house. We are all not strangers to the several empowerment programs that other bodies have gotten from the government, most prominent, the National Association of Nigerian Students and the National Association of Polytechnic Students. Intervention programs on campuses, the NEL Fund, that's the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, several CNG buses given to these organizations. And we have always been told that the National Youth Council has its own portion. Our buses are there. Buses that should help to alleviate the plight of youth who want to commute from rural communities to urban communities, who want to move their produce from farm to market. They are there, but we could not access them. I want to tell you that Mr. President will be very glad to release all of the CNG buses that belong to the National Youth Council of Nigeria. Today, we take up the challenge and we march as a united force, knowing that we are very well behind schedule. We march as a force that will ensure that unemployment is significantly addressed. We march as a force that will ensure that all the economic woes our country has encountered will become a thing of the past. We march as a force that will ensure that the Nigerian youth will move from mere potentials to actual productivity. Today, we march as that force that will be the invigorating factor to trigger our government, to partner with our government, to move Nigeria from the backwaters of developing countries to the front lines of developed countries in the world. And we will be there in no distant time. As we emerge from here, this is not a time to celebrate. This is not a time to be excited. This is a time for us all to roll up our sleeves, to go to the nooks and to the crannies. This is a time for us to go to the inner communities, identify the felt needs. We know them already. We will never play the ostrich that there are no issues with unemployment. We will never play the ostrich that people do not go to bed hungry. But we tell ourselves that we are also the solution to the challenges that face us as a nation. And we will interact with our youth. In the midst of our pain, we'll forge the gains that we should collectively benefit from. Let us go forth to Sokoto, to Zamfara, to Abia, to Ebonyi, to Borno, to Kwara, to Ogun, to Edo, to Rivers, all across the country. Nigerian youth are energetic. Sure. Nigerian youth are intelligent. Sure. Nigerian youth are the best in the world. And every nation that has developed did so anchored on the energies, vigor, and determination of the youth. We do not need a soothsayer to tell us where Nigeria will be in the next 3 to 5 years when we begin to actively engage. A new dawn has emerged. I congratulate every one of us. And I say it is a bounding patriotic duty on your shoulders to ensure that there is a dividing line. The sufferings of the Nigerian youth before the unification of the National Youth Council of Nigeria and the glory that lies ahead of us as a united body. Congratulations to all of us, and God bless you.